What if I told you that in 2025, you could live a better life in Europe, spend less money, secure a second passport, and enjoy healthcare that doesn't cost an arm and a leg? Whether you're dreaming about retiring abroad, starting afresh in a new country, or buying perfect second home, this video will take you through the best places in Europe to make that dream a reality. Now, we think you might be surprised by who ranks at the top of the list. Well, maybe not. If you've been following us for the past few years, you probably have a pretty good idea. But don't just take our word for it. Stick around, because we'll dive deep into all the details and why these places aren't just beautiful, but practical for anyone looking to make the move abroad. Before we jump in though, can I ask you a quick favor? If you enjoy this content, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment below. It might not seem like a big deal, but it helps us more than you realize. YouTube uses likes, comments, and subscriptions to decide which channels to share with others, and your support is literally the reason we can keep making the videos like this. So thank you for helping us survive and thrive. And with that, let's get started on the 2025 International Living Index. Let's start with a country that ranks #1 in Europe, Portugal. And let me tell you, it absolutely deserves a top spot. My wife Leslie and I moved to Portugal over 3 years ago, and it has changed our lives in ways that we couldn't have imagined. We were living in the US, and like so many others, we were struggling with the rising costs of healthcare and everything else. We knew we needed to make a change, but moving to Europe seemed like an impossible dream. I mean, let's be honest. Doesn't everyone think you should have to be rich to live in Europe? That's what we thought too. But we found out it's not true. We sold almost everything, except for my 1970 VW Beetle, and made the move. And guess what? We can live comfortably on just my Social Security check alone. Portugal is affordable in ways that most Americans can't imagine. A couple like us can live here comfortably on $2,500 a month, and many people do it for even less. That budget covers rent, utilities, groceries, healthcare, dining out, and adventure. But let me tell you, this isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. We've designed a life where we can have it all: adventure, security, and peace of mind. Now, healthcare is one of the biggest reasons we chose Portugal. Did you know that healthcare plans in the USA are now offering 50-50 splits? It was bad enough when it was lowered to a 70-30 split. And sure, the US has great healthcare, if you can afford it. But for most of us, it's out of reach. In Portugal, the public and private healthcare systems are both excellent. For example, I had a full checkup, blood tests, and a consultation with a specialist, and it cost me less than $20. In the US, that would have cost me hundreds of dollars, even with insurance. And the care here, fantastic. The doctors spend time with you, and they treat you like a human being, not just a number. But healthcare isn't the only reason we love Portugal. The lifestyle here is unlike anything we've experienced in the US. We live on the island of Madeira, a place so beautiful it feels like we're living in a dream. Picture lush green mountains, crystal clear ocean views, and mild weather year-round. Madeira is famous for its lavada walks. These are ancient irrigation channels with trails running alongside them. There are hundreds of miles of lavada trails on the island, perfect for hiking or just taking in the natural beauty. And guess what? They're free, mostly. The food here is another reason we fell in love with Portugal. We can have a full lunch for 2, wine, a sandwich, and dessert for just €8. And for dinner, we have favorite restaurants where we can eat with friends for under €12 a person. That includes wine, multiple sides, and even a nightcap. But it's not just about the price. The food is simple, fresh, and perfect. Dining here is an event. The Portuguese don't rush through meals. They savor them. Dinner is time to relax, connect, and enjoy life. And the people? Don't even get me started. The Portuguese are some of the kindest, most welcoming people we've ever met. We never feel like outsiders here. In fact, we feel more at home in Portugal than in some of the places in the US. And if you're thinking long-term, Portugal makes it easy to get a second passport. After 5 years of residency, you can apply for citizenship, which gives you the freedom to travel visa-free throughout the EU. And maybe buy a vacation home in another country. That's our plan. Now, we live in Portugal and love it. We wouldn't change it for the world. But if we were looking today, this next country would be a top contender. It ranks number 2 in Europe for places to live abroad. So, what is this country? You may be surprised, but you've been following our channel, you will know that we just got back from a month-long trip there, which was fantastic, eye-opening, and the stuff dreams are made of. Yep, France ranks number 2 for European countries to move or retire to in 2025. I know what you're thinking. France is expensive, the taxes are high, and the people, well, they're rude. But let me tell you, none of those stereotypes are true. We spent a lot of time traveling through France over the past few years, and we've completely fallen in love with the country. While it's true that France is more expensive than Portugal, it's still affordable, especially if you avoid Paris and the French Riviera. In the southwest of France, for example, where we just spent a month of traveling the back roads, you can live comfortably on $2,500 to $3,000 a month. That includes rent, groceries, utilities, and even dining out. And let's talk about dining out, because the food in France is next level. The weekly markets are incredible. Think fresh baguettes, artisanal cheeses, local wines, and fresh produce that tastes like it just came straight from the farm. We'd go to the markets, stock up on bread, cheese, and wine, and have a picnic in the park. It's not just affordable, it's a way of life. The lifestyle in France is one of the most diverse in Europe. Do you love the beach? Head to the Mediterranean coast. Prefer the mountains? The Pyrenees and the Alps are breathtaking. History buffs will love exploring the medieval villages, ancient castles, and historic churches. The month we spent driving through the southwest of France was eye-opening. We traveled the back roads, even found some gravel ones, stopping in tiny villages, kayaking down rivers, and visiting some of the most stunning castles we've ever seen. If you are interested in medieval castle towns, watch our latest video about our favorites. I will link it at the end. And the people? Who keeps telling that lie that people are standoffish? They're warm, welcoming, and incredibly kind, especially when you make an effort to speak the language. Even just saying bonjour goes a long way. As for the healthcare, our stepdaughter has lived in France for over 20 years, and the care that she has received as part of the Universal Healthcare Program has been amazing. The World Healthcare ranks France as an 88 for healthcare, and the 2024 Mid-Year Healthcare Index ranks them at number 6, with the USA coming in at number 38. Final thoughts. Your new life awaits. So here's the question. Why not you? Why not now? If we could move abroad on Social Security budget, create a life of adventure, and gain financial and emotional security, so can you. We know the process can be overwhelming. That's why we created our A to Z Ultimate Moving Abroad program. From navigating visas to finding housing, understanding healthcare, and building a new community, we'll guide you every step of the way. Visit us at www.it'llbefunretirement.com for the resources to help you get started. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you're dreaming of. We'd love to hear from you. Join our monthly online meetup crew. You can find it on our website or on Patreon. We know that we should have done this sooner. Life is short, and the world is waiting. Take the leap, and remember, it'll be fun. See you in the next video.